Hey everyone, Aaron here. This is another anime request review, and today's request is of Akuma no Riddle, or, and I kid you not, this is the translation of it, Riddle Story of Devil. That to me is not proper English, so I'm actually going to just call it Akuma no Riddle from here on out. Um, I don't know why it's called that way, but anyways, this request comes from Onee San, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully, this request actually does you justice. I hope you like it. So, also, big warning. I'm gonna put on the screen probably a warning sign somewhere. I don't know. It's gonna pop on my screen somewhere. This is a Yuri anime. Now, if you guys don't know what Yuri anime is, the kind of basic explanation for it is girl love or romantic situations involving girls. So you kind of understand if you're a mature person, you understand what I'm talking about when I'm saying that. Now, that's end the warning, by the way. This is not that bad of a Yuri show. I've seen a few Yuris in the course of my life. I've seen a few. It's unavoidable when you watch anime. You're gonna run into like some things that you don't want to see per se. I've seen a few, and they're not per se that bad. Sometimes the ones I've seen are always kind of toned down. I don't want because I don't watch anything that's very provocative when it comes to that nature. This one included. This one's not that bad. So I mean, I'm just telling you guys that that is the genre that this is of, but it's not that bad. It doesn't really do anything that's very provocative again, and it won't make you feel too uncomfortable. Anyways, though, let's talk about what Akuma no Riddle is actually about. So, our main story here is that we have a Azuma. I couldn't say her last name for a second, apologize. Tokuma Azuma is enrolled into a new school, into a class called Class Black, where there are also 12 other assassins there. And their target eventually becomes Haru Ichinose, a young girl who looks like she's an assassin per se, but she's really not an assassin. She's actually one of the only innocent ones of the 12 there. And what their job is to eliminate Haru by any means. Now, here's the catch. One, they have to do it within 48 hours of issuing a actual statement saying that they're going to assassinate Haru. And two, if they fail that, they're expelled from the school. They can't come back and try to assassinate her again. She's off limits. But also three, anyone who does succeed in assassinating her and getting rid of her gets whatever wish they have fulfilled. That's the bottom line. So that kind of leads to the concepts that this show is going to be about. So right away, though, as cool as that might seem, there are a lot of issues with it. Um, and also, I compare this anime almost to what Onee San actually told me she thought of it. She actually thought it was like Danganronpa. It reminds me a little bit of that in the crazy sense of the classroom concept. But Danganronpa did it a lot better than Akuma no Riddle. I think Akuma no Riddle hesitates to figure out how it wants to set this whole situation up. Their teacher, for example, is actually a normal teacher, and he doesn't understand that they're a bunch of assassins. So he's always in the dark about what they're doing and why they're doing what they're doing. And when they get expelled, if they fail the mission, he just thinks they transferred out because that's what they feed him story wise. And at times, it's almost like, how would anyone, like Haru, her main character, wants to be the one who graduates from the school. She doesn't want to hurt anyone. She doesn't want any of her friends getting hurt. But by the fifth or sixth episode, you would think after how many people try to assassinate her, her actual mindset would change, and she realized, hey, you know what? This school sucks. I'm gonna die if I stay here. And luckily, Tokaku, is actually pretty cool. She's actually able to fight very well, and acts as her protector, where she, instead of being an assassin, drops her role completely and says, I'm gonna protect Haru from all harm. And that's the whole kind of premise of the show, is that now she is the only one preventing Haru from just being eliminated right away, because again, they're all trained assassins. Some of them are also serial killers in the classroom, and Haru has no experience whatsoever. She's a normal girl for the most part. And they talk more about her special power. She does have a special latent power in her, but they talk about that more later on the show. But overall, it's just, this show does things where it goes up and down with its kind of concepts. At times it's really good. At times I was watching it enthralled. I was actually really getting into the story. The characters were very unique. I mean, like, some of them you could see right there are very different and very diverse. And the art style for the show is awesome. I think that all the girls look very unique and have kind of nice visual styles to them, including the animation. The animation is also very good. But the whole plot and the whole story sometimes feels almost such like a weaker version of Danganronpa. If you've never seen my Danganronpa review, and not to kind of overlap reviews, but Danganronpa, the whole concept with the whole students being locked in a school and kind of being forced to kill one another, that worked better because there was no, other students involved. It was just them being focused on. And in this, you're trying to believe that they're in a school that has regular students, and on top of that, they're not getting them involved. Like, that's crazy. I don't know how that works. I mean, how can you not have the realization that people are dying around you or disappearing and quote unquote, failing assassination attempts? It's odd to me. It's very odd. The show tries to make kind of moments that make sense for the whole story, but it doesn't work to me. Some things just it's sometimes just unrealistic to the point that it's just too unrealistic. And it falls short of being something that could have been done, I think, a lot better. Maybe if having the school isolated or having the class isolated would have made more sense. Now, I don't want to say everything's bad about this story, though. Again, it has some really nice fight scenes. I love the fight scenes in it. Even though it's a Yuri anime, it doesn't have anything too provocative, like I said earlier, so that's not a big issue. For me, it looked like it was going to be an issue, and I was worried that because again, it's not the genre I like. I tend to avoid Yuri anime because it's just not my type of thing. But it's not that bad, and it's really kind of thrown to the side concept. Almost think of like the slice of life thing I talked about once in one of my vlogs. That even though it's there as the main concept, it's not the main focal point of the story. Now, Akuma no Riddle's ending, though, is probably what kills the whole show for me. And it destroys a lot of the grade for it. Like, the grade would have been a lot higher had the ending been completely different from the way they did it. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you guys, but it's something that I warned you guys ahead of time that it's so outlandishly stupid that it does really kind of... it deprives what the show could have been done so much better, I think. And that's why, if I had to review Akuma no Riddle A through F, I have to give it a C+. That's not a bad grade. C+. It's still something worth watching. It still has a lot of cool action. It has a lot of cool characters. They're very unique. I think some of the background stories for some of the characters could have been fleshed out a little bit more, but it's not a big deal. It's not something that you're going to be like, oh, I don't know anything about this character. You'll know about them as the series goes along. The music, I forgot to mention, and the voice acting is very good. Voice acting sometimes hits or miss with certain characters, but for the most part, it's all good stuff. The ending songs all change depending on the arc that the story is focusing on. So for every girl, the ending's different music-wise. And I'll tell you guys, the last episode's ending music is awesome. I highly recommend checking up on Akuma no Riddle Queen online on YouTube. It is phenomenal. It really is. I listened to it a whole bunch of times already. It's so good. It has all the characters in Japanese singing the final theme song, which is really cool. But yeah, like I said, the show, the ending really, I kid you not, guys, it's so bad. Baka Juni warned me about the ending, and I didn't want to listen to her because I don't want to go into a review thinking the show's going to be bad and the ending's going to be bad. But yeah, that ending was really, really bad. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Onee San, I hope this review did you justice. Please like, comment, subscribe. Helps me out. Feel free to give me more requests. I'll warn you guys right now, since I'm kind of backlogged a little bit in my requests, I have a few more coming. Requests might not be done until like late February. So if you guys give me a request, don't get me wrong, it's going to be done. But it won't be done probably till like mid-February or late February. Anyways, guys, have a good day until I pass across again next review. Bye-bye.